This video is sponsored by Miblart. More about them later in the video. Scams. They're everywhere and in all walks of life, and the self-publishing industry is no exception. But how some authors perceive scams is often confused. In fact, the Merriam-Webster dictionary states a scam is a fraudulent or deceptive act or operation. In extreme cases, a scam is a non-reciprocated transaction, but in other cases, the lines get blurred. If people invest in a service with expectations of value but do not receive that value or a refund for that matter, they may consider it a scam. Well, I'm no lawyer, nor will I try to talk you out of what you believe is or is not a scam, but I would like to share a cautionary tale or two that just might help you or any new authors from getting duped by ne'er-do-wells. Why do I bring this up right now? Well, I had a chat with the recent winner of the Miblart giveaway, Katherine Kopf. She is a 23-year-old middle-grade dystopian fantasy author who fulfilled her dream of becoming a published author about 6 years ago. Now, as a teen, she saved every penny to make her dream come to life, so when she stumbled over a publisher, she was elated they'd take her on. To her, this company was a traditional publishing house, one that would help get her much needed help in getting her book out into the world. Sadly, this was no traditional publishing house. It's what's called a vanity publisher. In fact, traditional publishing companies will not ask for money up front. Heck, sometimes a traditional publishing company would provide an advance or a sign-on bonus prior to releasing the author's book. Now, some vanity publishers are legitimate, but those that take most of your money and control your work can be scams. Katherine paid over $1,200 for this company to get her book out into the world. She'd signed the rights over for her work to the company, leaving her in a tough spot, because whenever she needed something done, she had to pay more to this company in order to make it happen. I can't say I blame Katherine. A company that sold International Standard Book Numbers, or ISBNs, also duped me pretty early on in my career. This 13-digit number identifies your book worldwide in stores, libraries, and book stocks. To be clear, you should never get an ISBN from a third-party company. As a new author, I searched for cheaper ISBN alternatives to Bowker, the only ISBN registration company in the US, and they happen to be pretty expensive. If you buy elsewhere, it's not legit. The reason? Bowker doesn't allow ISBN transfers. If you want a legit ISBN, go directly to the source. Side note, if you're going to get an ISBN outside the US and Australia, you can find your region-specific ISBN registration company when you visit dalelinks.com/ISBN. In places like Canada, it's 100% free. So when I went to publish my book with my $50 ISBN, I discovered the ISBN wasn't at all legit. It didn't even work. Heck, I couldn't even change the company name, also known as the imprint, associated with that ISBN. Katherine decided to launch her second book in the series independently, as she was doing all the work while the vanity publisher benefited. Well, the company didn't take too kindly to that. They said, "We either get all of you or none of you," so she got the rights reverted to her for her first book with no real fuss. Though she didn't get any kind of refund, I think Katherine was fairly lucky to get out of that situation. Recently, one of my channel subscribers privately shared how he invested in an $11,000 service that promised him bestseller status on Amazon, among a few smaller perks. Yep, the same process I have shared for free on my YouTube channel. Heck, I did a complete case study about it, and we'll leave a link to it inside the description below. It's way easier than you know, and the actual value of it is often really low. Here's the TLDR. I helped my brother launch his book at a deeply discounted rate. He sold over 25 copies in the US alone in one day, which placed his book at the top of many categories. The total profit was laughable, but at least he had bestseller status, right? So did he see more sales because of it? Was he booked on every major media outlet? Nope, for both of those. The status gives you nothing but bragging rights. And those within this business know the value of being an Amazon bestseller. For those who are not privy, they fall prey to these companies putting a dollar sign on their dreams. That's where my subscriber went wrong. They invested in this service only to get bestseller in the free categories for their book. Yep, you heard that right. They paid $11,000 to distribute an ebook for free. They weren't happy at all with this status because it required no legitimate sales, more so just free downloads. They pushed back a bit with the service provider and even requested a partial refund. They were like, whoa, 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 how about we discount your book to 99 cents and run another promotion so you can become a bestseller that way? Naturally, they got enough sales to get the bestseller status, but as I shared before, the earnings are rather meager and hardly justifiable at the $11,000 price tag. Heck, even the book marketing juggernaut BookBub charges anywhere from $100 to $3,000 based on the pricing and the category. And they're a proven commodity who get authors hundreds to thousands of downloads per promotion. Former Book Rescue guest Sarah Walday ran a BookBub deal and got over 20,000 downloads in 2 days. She didn't pay even remotely that much of $11,000. So if a service is asking for 5 figures to get you guaranteed bestseller status, run away. Even BookBub makes no guarantees, and that's saying something because they have every right to brag about the results they get for authors. When Catherine got out of her vanity publishing contract, she had less money, but a lot of resourcefulness.
So I ended up getting some artwork commissioned, and that's what I ended up using, and did the typography myself on Canva, but I used the artwork that I got commissioned for it. And I was seeing all of these wonderful Miblar covers. One of my friends had gotten one first, and I was just like, who did your cover? It looks so good. And they say, oh, Miblar did my cover. And I said, oh, well, I have to give them a follow. So that's exactly what I did. And when I saw that you were starting to do the giveaways, I was just like, okay, I'm going to have my shot at this. If I win a giveaway, then I'm totally going to redo the branding for my series. If not, I still have the artwork that I've used. It'll be okay. I'll invest in that a little bit later down the road. Awakening Dreams got a bit of a rough start in the publishing industry because I was in both a scam publisher and COVID-19 pandemic. So it didn't get nearly as much attention as it should have. So I feel like getting a new cover would definitely revitalize life into it a bit, because people will see the new cover and it might draw some more attention than it did before. That was a mess. Everybody who personally knows me knows that situation was a mess. There's still some authors that are going through a mess with that whole scheme right now still.
Can you imagine having invested your time and money in a company like that? Her friends didn't get out of the mess, and the same goes for the thousands of other authors who have made this misinformed decision to run with some vanity publishers. Previous guest on my podcast and good friend of mine, Bill Latoria, shared how the vanity publisher he used went out of business. Despite being out of business, they still collected royalties for his title. He doesn't receive a dime from any of the sales. In fact, he said this.
I wrote a couple of books called The Jade Mage. Believe it or not, they are still up on Amazon, and this is coming directly from the author. Do not buy them. And I'm going to tell you why. I wrote the book while I was gone for 6 months. When I came back, it was on a flash drive in a safe. I had no intention of doing anything with it because, honestly, it just didn't occur to me. The wife convinces me to send it out to some publishers. I didn't know anything about the publishing scene whatsoever, and I sent my manuscript to what is called a vanity publisher. Didn't know what that meant at the time, but they, of course, were interested, offered me a pittance, like $10 or something like that, to publish my book, and I jumped all over it. I was stupid excited. They gave me 7% royalties, published the book, came up with the generic cover and everything like that, and it was up on sale for years. I think it published back in 2011 or so.
Bill shared with me in private how he spent over $2,000 plus another $1,000 in promotional opportunities before he realized he was getting duped by this company. It didn't fully sink in until the owners of the vanity press disappeared, but his book remained up and selling. By then, Bill chalked it up as a loss and went on to publish his own books and invested only in freelance services to help get his book in the best shape it could be. So Catherine was the lucky winner of the Miblart giveaway. Right now, you can enter for a chance to win a book formatting and layout package by Miblart worth up to $460. Visit dalelinks.com/giveaway. The deadline is August 1st of 2023, but don't worry, if you missed the deadline, you can always enter for the final giveaway of a premium cover design worth over $700 covers by Miblart. And to work with a cover design company with an incredible track record and thousands of samples in their portfolio, give Miblart a shot. They offer help with your cover designs, interior layouts, logos, and marketing materials. They've done this, and this for this community in previous videos, and they can work for you too. Use the coupon code DALE10 to get 10% off your next order when you visit my affiliate link at dalelinks.com/Miblart. That's MIBLART. Special thanks to Miblart for sponsoring this video and for the generous contributions to this community.
I was super excited to rebrand everything with Miblart, and they really took the whimsicalness of the current cover and the cool, mysterious sci-fi aspects of the old cover and combined them, which is exactly what I wanted. Because I feel like this cover does not tell that it's in a futuristic society, and this cover does not say that there's any magic. So I feel like what Miblart did really combined the two concepts.
Catherine started with this cover. Then when she published on her own, she made this cover. And this is what Miblart did for her. All's well that ends well, some would say, but what should you do to prevent yourself or others from getting screwed? Well, build awareness by sharing videos like this one, or cross-check service providers through the Alliance of Independent Authors watchdog list. Their member resources assist you in identifying reliable companies and services for your self-publishing needs. Super helpful. Also, follow writerbeware.blog, where Victoria Strauss and other authors shine a spotlight on the cockroaches of our business. Speaking of scams and self-publishing, check out this next video where I do a deep dive on the topic, or check out this other video where Miblart did a cover overhaul for an author. It's pretty incredible, so I'll see you in either one of those.